Hey everyone, I wanted to make a quick step-by-step video of how I am currently wearing Seint Beauty. There are several ways to wear Seint Beauty. This isn't the only one, this is just my current routine. First, I start off with a good moisturizer. You want to make sure you use a good moisturizer and let it dry completely. Next, using your 3D brush, the large end, you want to take your dark highlight color, that is your foundation color. You're going to apply it everywhere you would typically wear your foundation. So I will apply it underneath my eyes, around my nose, my forehead, my lips, and along my jawline. If I haven't done my eyeshadow already, I go ahead and do a thin layer over my eyelids. As you can see, I leave the area below my cheekbone for my contour color. Don't worry too much about blending it out perfectly. We will do that in a little bit after our light highlight and our contour using our perfector sponge. Using the narrow end of your 3D brush, you are going to take your light highlight color, and I just do a small upside down triangle underneath my eyes. Your light highlight just brightens up those areas that tend to recede back. So underneath your eyes, I go a little along my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, and between my eyebrows. Now you're going to take the large end of your 3D brush and your dark contour color, and I just gently press and dab underneath my cheekbone area. When you are doing this, you don't want to go past the outer edge of your eyebrow. As you can see here, I just kind of place that up, just make sure I haven't gone too far in. Continuing with my contour color, I just go along my hairline. Then I go underneath my jawline. Now using that narrow end of your 3D brush, I just squeeze it together to make it a little narrower. Using that same contour, I just go along the sides of my nose and along the bottom of my nose. And that is it for your contour. Now you're going to use your perfector sponge. Mine is the older pink style, yours will be gray. You want to make sure you run it under water, squeeze it out really good where it's damp. You have the narrow end for underneath your eyes, the wider end for the larger areas of your face. I am starting with the narrow end underneath my eyes, and as you can see, I am just tapping. You want to pat, you don't want to rub or swipe. With it being a cream makeup, this is what helps blend it together. If you have too much product, it will also take and place it where it needs to go. Just make sure you are dabbing. If you feel like you got a little too much contour or highlight, you can go over those areas several times using your perfector sponge. Now this is where I apply my translucent powder. You can use any translucent powder. You can use the large end of your 3D brush or your perfector sponge. I prefer my perfector sponge, and I just dab in my powder. I continue all over my face, especially those areas that tend to get oily. Any translucent powder works great with Seint Beauty. Just make sure that it is translucent and it does not have a color such as light, medium, or dark. It will change the color and consistency of Seint Beauty. I haven't had any trouble with any of the translucent powders. They tend to work great for me. Now we are going to use the lip and cheek color to add color to our cheeks. I use the large end of the perfector sponge, but you can also use the large end of your 3D brush. I just dab it into that color and apply it to the apples of my cheeks and go up along that contour color. And then I continue to dab to blend it out. Now, if you would like to do your blush before you add your powder, you can do that. I prefer to do it after, just so that it keeps the bold pigment. It is buildable, so if you start off light and you want more color, you can always add more on top. Now I'm moving on to the Bella bronzer. This is great for those spring and summer months when you are starting to get some color. I just add it to those areas that you would typically get tanned. So above my cheeks, along my hairline. I also do some on my chin, my nose area, and a little bit along my jawline. I am just using the wide end of the 3D brush. Then I just take a powder brush and use a circular motion to blend out that bronzer. Just like your highlight and contour, it is cream based, it is buildable, so if you feel like you need a little more, you can go over it. If you feel like you got too much, you can use that circular motion and blend it out. I also take that Bella bronzer and add a little bit to my neck to blend in my face with my neck area. Now you're going to take your illuminator. I just use my finger and dab a little bit along the bridge of my nose. Then I apply some to the top of my cheeks. To my cupid's bow. And then I will use the powder brush or one of my smaller brushes and blend that out. This just gives you that glow. Using that same contour color, I'm going to fill in my brows. You don't have to do this step. I just like mine a little darker and fuller. I use the Seint Hotline brush, but you can use any eyebrow brush and that contour color you have. I just follow the natural shape of my eyebrows, and then I brush them out with the spoolie end. Now you're going to take that lip and cheek color one more time and apply it to your lips. I just use my fingers. You can use a brush if you prefer. And then that is it. And that is it for a quick full face look. I just add a little eyeshadow and some mascara and you're ready to go.